Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Moon Day Messages. We are moving into an energy that is helping us to finalize whatever state you are in that makes you feel like the breakthrough is just around the corner. But before we go into that energy, as you know, the signs that this video is for you are going to be on the screen right now. We have 777, we have 888, we have 444. We have blue and black butterflies, like not black butterflies and blue butterflies, like a butterfly that is blue and black. I saw one earlier on the walk with MJ, and I've been seeing them around, and they always seem to come in a moment where I have a bit of a moment of like, oh, that kind of makes sense about something in my life right now. So make sure you watch out for those. Might also be on a shirt or on a print of some sorts or whatever. Then we have red roses, and the zodiac signs are Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Okay, so the sun is moving into gate 64, which is the gate of confusion, which is in the head center. So we are entering a phase right now, which is basically the confusion before breakthrough and clarity. So it's like the last stretch to the next level for you to level up. It is the last week of you really needing to navigate confusion about what is it that I need to do next? What steps do I need to take? Should I have that conversation with him? Should I end this relationship or not? Should I give it another chance? Should I take this job or not? Should I move there or not? Should I pursue this career or not? Whatever it is that you're navigating, that you are confused about, where you feel like I do not have enough clarity in order to make a informed decision, this is the last week of that kind of energy. So, and I want to invite you to actually try to embrace this state instead of neglecting it, because it is the first step to get to clarity, because it is the last step of that energy. Okay, so when you allow yourself to be confused, what you create is you stay in a state of possibility and curiosity, because you're not trying to force clarity prematurely, but you allow yourself to, like, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if, like, this is going the wrong way? What if this is going the right way, right? Like, so your brain is basically like scanning all of the eventualities. I know this energy very well because I have this gate defined in my human design, and it is not always the easiest one, because it always also urges you to go back into the past, like past experiences, scanning past experiences to try to make sense of what you are going through in that moment, which can be confusing, which can be taxing, which can be difficult to deal with. So I get that. But when you allow yourself to do that, you might actually open up to new possibilities that you haven't even thought of before, instead of you just being like, I'm just ignoring this confusion. I'm just like, staying in good vibes, staying in good energy, which a lot of people out there in the spiritual field are telling you what you have to do, which is just not true. Like, you have to feel through the confusion. You have to feel through the negative, quote unquote, negative emotions, because this is what really gets you out on the other side eventually. Don't get stuck in that energy, right? Because what came through for me specifically is also to finding your way back to taking action on your dreams and get out of that victimhood state. Because I feel like a lot of you, I've been going through it this year. Like, this year has been really energetically, physically, emotionally draining, exhausting, and just a lot to handle. There were a lot of endings in form of actual physical death in my family, um, endings to marriages in my family, endings to friendships on my end, endings to other relationships on my end, difficult, really difficult conversations with family members, with friends, with people I thought I can build a future with, and so on. So I know it's been rough. I'm sure I'm not the only one. This is a 9 year 2025 is a 9 year, and it's the year of the snake. So it's a lot of shedding, it's a lot of endings, it's a lot of culminations. But that just also means that new beginnings are around the corner. And that's exactly what this energy is about, okay? So I want you to find small steps into taking action towards what you want to create. And don't make them too big. Like, find some steps that you really can commit yourself to do. So when I, for example, decided, okay, I want to move more into public speaking, how can I start make that happen? What is keeping me from doing that? So one of the things is I didn't really have a concept yet of what exactly it is I want to talk about that excites me. There are a lot of things that I can talk about, but I want to talk about something that excites me, that portrays all of the different gifts that I have, because my mantra is I'm getting paid to exist. The universe is my bank. I want to be able to work and it's not feeling like work. Whereas I'm still very much aware that that can't be 24/7, like all of the time that I'm working, that it doesn't feel like work. But like the core of what I want to do, I don't want it to feel like work. So that's what I'm manifesting for myself right now, besides some other things. But like that is like one of the biggest thing. So I was like, okay, so how do I, if I do not know yet what it is that excites me, that I can talk about, and how to frame, you know, the speech that I'm presenting when I on stage and speak publicly in some form, what else is there that I feel like I can do for that to happen? And I realized that there's still a lot of stage fright. So okay, how much more can I do to use this platform that I created in order to be able to grow it? So I do many things at the same time, not just preparing myself to literally physically stay on stage and stand on stage and speak publicly about what it is that excites me. And at the same time, grow my platform, and by speaking like this with you or in other ways, also work on the stage fright. So I, besides doing the Moon Day messages, which if you have been here for a while, you also know I struggled a little bit of committing to it fully, of like really showing up every time that I needed to make a video. And now I'm on the other side of this. Like now it's like, okay, Moon Day messages today. Okay, done. We're going to do this, right? Like there is not much resistance to doing it anymore, where there was a lot of resistance in the beginning. So I had to push myself. But then I was also like, okay, I kind of want to do something else as well. So I started doing the messages of the day, because for myself, I was like, okay, what is it that I can commit myself to doing every single day that will not be too much of a task or an ask, even if I don't feel like doing it, even if I feel like a little bit under the weather, or even if I feel sad. So it was like, okay, pulling some cards from my Oracle deck, and making it a short reel is going to be something I can commit to. And I've been very consistent with it. I only stopped doing it one time, I think it was one day, because I got sick. Oh, when I got bit by the dog. Exactly. So this is where I then did not do it. And then I went to a retreat where I had to give up my phone for a week, so I didn't do it during that week as well. But other than that, I showed up, and that's something that I discipline on that kind of level is something that I'm still learning, that I still grow into. And I am realizing that, I mean, it's not a realization that is new to me, but I realize it on a different level now. It's just like, no one's going to fucking do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So what can I commit to that I know I can show up for every day? This is something that I want you to do. And it doesn't have to be something like this. Like, it can be, I am waking up every single morning, and for the first 10 minutes, I do not touch my phone. I am just going to lay in bed and allow myself to have the thoughts and the feelings that are coming up. Or I'm going on a walk every morning, or I'm going to the gym. And instead of, like, I want to create this gym journey, and instead of saying like I'm going to go every day and you haven't been in a while, just commit to 2 days a week. Small steps, right? That's what I mean. I want you to find something that you can commit to right now, because this is also going to allow you to create oxytocin, because you are excited about, or you're showing yourself that you can commit to something, and that brings in excitement, and that spreads oxytocin, which helps you to feel better about yourself, and then also building trust, because you're actually building it yourself. You're showing up for yourself. Because if you deal with people in your life where you feel like you can't trust them, it's because they're on a level you don't trust yourself, because everyone is a mirror, right? So how can you create something that builds trust within yourself? Something that you can rely on. If you feel yourself saying, I just can't rely on anybody, I can trust him, I can trust her, I can trust them, then what can you do to trust yourself more? Find something small to commit to, and then fucking do it, okay? Then I also want you to pay attention where you might have prematurely reacted to something, ended something prematurely, had a conversation prematurely, backed out of something prematurely, and course correct. Because you prematurely made a decision without letting divine timing play out. Okay? So what is it where you reacted too quickly or too harshly, or, whatever it is? So course correct that. Okay. That was pretty much the energy. That was pretty much what was coming through. So let's see what the oracle deck has to say. Okay, Spirit, what is it that we need to know right now? What is it that the collective that I called in to watch this video need to know right now? What do you need to know? Is that it? Is that it? No? Is that it? Okay. Okay, so the first card that came out is Divine Feminine. You're still very much called to ground yourself into your own trust, to ground yourself into your own intuition, to be more in your feminine. Connect more with your feminine. In order to be able to do that, you need to be grounded. You need to feel safe. You need to tend to your nervous system, go on walks, breathing techniques, reach out for the recording of the 5-day challenge of regulating your nervous system. Watching it is for free. If you then want one of the hypnotherapy recordings, the trial of one of them being for free is over as of today. or as of the day I'm filming this. But it helps very much to help you get grounded and regulate your nervous system so that you can even start reconnecting to your divine feminine and therefore your intuition, because this is what is going to get you out of this loop. Okay? You're still stuck in this loop of feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, not knowing how to get out of whatever it is that you're feeling, wherever you feel stuck. If it is in a relationship, if it is in your job or career in general, if it is a specific situation with someone else, or just you not being able to get yourself out of your self-sabotaging tendencies. The only way of doing that, you will not be able to take action steps that are outside of your level of safety if you do not continuously stretch yourself into doing it. And that's the only way to do that, is continuously stretching yourself into doing things that are out of your comfort zone. And in order to be able to do that, you have to regulate your nervous system. Because every time you're doing something that is outside of your comfort zone, your nervous system will be activated. You will be pushed into fight or flight mode. So in order to get out of this, you have to get grounded so that you are able to listen to your intuition and then make decisions based on your intuition, so that you will be able to move forward. And then the next card is mountains. And again, a very grounding energy, but in this case, it's also about a conversation that you need to have. So I feel like that is the confirmation of some of you, for some of you, where I said you might have prematurely made a decision about something. So you might need to course correct that by having a conversation with that person that is affected by the decision that you made. And it might just be yourself. Sit your ass down and be like, nah, we're not going to do this. Even though that felt right last week, because maybe your nervous system was too activated, you didn't want to feel what was coming up, then have that conversation with yourself, okay? And then I feel like for some of you, relationships, for everyone, basically, relationships have been a theme. But I feel like for some of you, it was more around friendships than romantic relationships. But I feel that there is, since the cards are saying it very clearly, these cards jumped out together. There is progress in finding your soul family. There is progress in finding people that feel like family. There's progress in finding people that feel safe. But in order for you to receive it and feel like you're worthy of it, the nervous system regulation is key. It is key to everything. It's key to manifesting. It is key to receiving. It is key to progressing and expanding. It is key to making decisions. It is key to everything, because our nervous system is tied to our belief system. So everything that you believe is true, including the things that your conscious knows is not true, but your subconscious very much still believes, because your belief system is stored in your subconscious mind, will affect your nervous system. So when you consciously know you are worthy of having a soul family, of having friends that you can trust, but subconsciously you still believe that you're not worthy of it because of whatever you were made believe as a child, every time someone is genuine and wants to be there for you, your nervous system is reacting because it is tied to the belief that you're not worthy of it. So your nervous system is reacting to someone being nice and thinks it is not real. and then you're reacting to it in a way that you would consciously not do, but you do it subconsciously, and therefore self-sabotage that connection. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have projector, and I think in this case, it is much, much more connected to being able to lead your own way, to find your own path. When I created this deck, I used Canva for the art, and you can see that, I don't know if you can see it actually. Why is it not focusing? Well, all of these it's a compass. She is surrounded by compasses, which shows direction, which shows where we need to go. It's also very interesting because we are in the middle of eclipse season. We have a new activation of the north and south node, and the north node is pointing towards what you need to be embodying more in your lifetime, in this lifetime, and the south node is what you need to let go of. And as we know, we always orient to the north. The North Star is where we need to head to. The North Star. MJ, what are you doing? Baby. Hello, my love. So we need to focus on finding our North Star. Where do we need to go? Where we need to head to? So you are meant to find your path, but in order for you to do it, baby, you have to get out of this. You have to get out of feeling stuck. And it's so much connected to your nervous system, okay? I have capacity for my coaching. I have capacity for human design readings, which can also give you a lot of clarity around what it is that where you are stuck, right? And then the hypnotherapy recordings that I have created for each of the human design centers. So when you have undefined human design centers, meaning if you look at your chart in human design and some of the centers are undefined, so they are white, there's no color in it, that means they are undefined. And in these centers, you are more prone to conditioning. So let's say the solar plexus is undefined, then you have the tendency to avoid confrontation. If your head center is undefined, then you have the tendency to solve every other person's problem and focus on other people's shit more than your own, which is a self-sabotaging tendency. And both of these centers are basically people-pleasing centers. Then if you have the G center or the identity center undefined, then you have trouble to find your path, your purpose, your way. How do I get there? What do I do? And so on and so on. And I created a hypnotherapy recording for each of these centers to help you rewrite that emotion that is attached to the experience and memory that caused you to be stuck. Okay? It's very powerful. You can buy a bundle of all of the 9 centers if you want to have a full transformational reset to your nervous system and your being. Or there are different other bundles for 5 centers, for 3 centers, or just 1 center. So I would recommend you to focus on the ones that are undefined. But I have a lot of people that are saying, I just want to have the full spectrum of it as well. And in order to figure this out, you watch the video that I did during the 5-day free challenge where I explain all of that, okay? To watch the video is for free. You just need to reach out and I send it to you. And then based on that, you can buy the hypnotherapy recordings and tell me which ones you want, and I will send them to you. Okay? Okay. Please do the work. Please do the work of your nervous system. If you feel overwhelmed with this is why I created these hypnotherapy recordings. This is why I do the work that I do. If you really want to go deep, again, you can book a free breakthrough session with me where we go into looking at your human design a little bit, figuring out what is blocking you, and I can give you a full plan on how to make that happen, to get out of this. And then you can decide if you want to do it with the help of me or if you want to do it alone, right? So no commitment when it comes to that, um, but showing up and then doing the work, right? Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. I would appreciate a like, a comment, a follow, a subscription, send it to people. I would love for you to be way more vocal in the comments. I always like to know how it resonates. You don't necessarily have to explain exactly how, but if it resonates, anything of what I'm saying here, please let me know in the comments. It gives me so much context. I'm a manifesting generator in human design. My strategy to co-create with life is to respond to life. So if you give me something, I can respond to that. So if I know what it is exactly that you like in the videos that I'm doing, I can create more of these videos and cater more to your needs. And then I'm lit up by this as well because I'm actually being catered to my design when you communicate with me. Okay? And then, yeah, send it to family and friends. Maybe someone else needs to hear this. Okay? I love you. Thank you for being here. And I see you next week.